Hey coin collectors, and welcome to DC Coin World International Coin Channel. And today we have the 1986 United States Washington quarter, and we have some really nice ones here. We've done a 1986 quarter video before, but we've never done it with coins this good. And we had talked to you about how some of these coins are going to be start out at $10 or $15 each for 1986 and can go up into the thousands. Certainly the hundreds. And one of those coins is right here on the left. And so let's take a look at it right here. This is the 1986 D Denver Mint. Look at the coloring on that. This is one of the most spectacular coins that we have gotten. This is borrowed from a collector's collection, and he said go ahead and touch it like you always do, but just be careful with it. This coin here at the Denver Mint in 1986, United States made 504.298 million, or 504.3 million. They didn't make many this good. Look at the quality of this. We tip it up a little bit and you can see that there is some initials right there. John Flanagan, not the greatest initials in the world, but look at the rest of the quality of this coin. Look at the Washington nose. Look at the "In God We Trust" there. Look at that little patina going around the outside. Just the coloring, the rainbow coloring they call it. So this coin is certainly worth the $15 MS65. But the question is it worth more? These coins, I think a 1986D has gone for over $900. We tip it up on its side, and of course we know that it's a copper nickel clad copper. We tip it over, and let's look at these feathers, especially on the legs and side of the legs. Right, so this is not, yeah, so I'm backing off from the front might be an MS65 or above. The back is not quite as good. It says United States of America at the top, E pluribus unum here. We see the eagle here, and in a really spectacular coin, you'll see actually feathers on all sides of the leg, and we're not really seeing that as much as we could here. Great kind of arrows down at the bottom though, pretty defined ribbon tying them up. The tail feathers come out okay. Pretty good olive branches tied together, and down at the bottom it says $quarter. Nice lettering on this. Look at this, just really sweet lettering. Let's tip it up and back. A little bit of extra chip there, but still. And see how the top of the L's stick up just a little bit. That's kind of nice. So all in all, a really nice coin, maybe in the $10 to $15 range, and a really good mint mark here. As you can see, just a beautiful mint mark there. So we got something there. Now let's look at the Philadelphia coin, and this is the one that also looks really good from the front. The Liberty at the top, the George Washington, the P, the JF. Let's see if we can see it on here. JF right there. Let's look at that again. Jeez, that's funny, isn't it? This is yeah, it's just not. It's almost like got a double JF. I didn't even notice it the first time. The D coin has something funny about it. We'll take a look at that in later today. It's got the JF for the John Flanagan there. But what's really interesting for me in this one is how dented the P is. And if you can look at this, you can actually see this huge indentation here where they hit the P so hard that it actually pushed right into the coin. And that happens once in a while. And it's a pretty nice P also. Let's take a look at the back. And this one again, a little bit of wear in here. Not as good as it could be. But one of the things we want to look at is right on the back, right up in here. It's going to be right up in here, to see if we have any kind of pull through on that. And we really can't see any. This is where they hit it so hard from the front, but we're really not seeing any. Didn't actually push. Well, maybe there's a little tiny bit of, see the bump on the top of the wing there? So that may be very well be from them hitting the mint mark so hard. Again, a good coin. This one probably, if we tip the light down a little bit, we're still not getting the leg feathers, but we're getting this real nice coloring there. And there is some value here. What do these look like when they're not? Oh, what's the San Francisco Mint one look like? Well, that's just totally different, right? So here's a San Francisco Mint coin from 1986. We can see the S over here. We can see that it's polished quite differently. We can see how Washington sticks out. On this one, I'm guessing we'll be able to see the John Flanagan much better, and you can somewhat better right there. And then let's look at those eagle leg feathers on the back. You see the difference between, I don't know if you guys can see the difference between this and this. Isn't it funny how sometimes the front of the coin is spectacular and the back of the coin has wear? And some of it's just how it gets punched. The front mint mark might be a little fresher than the back one. We see a little bit of a crack there. But look at the feathers here that you can see all, and look at, you can't even see any of them on this at all. So this is what, if this one looked like this would be in the thousands. But this one, of course, is a proof coin, so it's not worth anywhere near as much. This is worth $3 to $5 in this proof set version. They did make 3 million of these, so there's still plenty of them out there if you want to get one. What do they look like if just they're in regular condition, just off the shelf, and we pull them? Well, there's a P and a D. And notice on this one, the P isn't punched in as much. Kind of get that angle, and you can see it just doesn't. But the D is. See how that D get punched in there? So that's really interesting. And that, again, that's going to be up in here somewhere. Not really seeing much from it, but this is what the eagle will look like in a coin that's been used and worn. Sometimes you can't see any body feathers at all. You certainly can't see any down in here. You'll look down here and you might not even be able to see the ribbon, or the fact that these are arrows. Says, the feather end of the arrow, you can kind of see the outline, you can't see it in the arrow part. And then let's look at this one. Absolutely no sign of the JF on this one. So this is what a circulating coin looks like, and these are nice, but they're not going to win any prizes. All right, that's all we have today from DC Coin World International Coin Channel. We'd love to have you subscribe to our channel and leave any comments you might have in the comment section. And we'll be back more to talk about why sometimes the front of the coin is an MS-67 and the back of the coin is no value at all.